What's up YouTube? I want to show you a tool called Wonder Studio by Wonder Dynamics, and this is something that you could play with now and for free. Well, kind of now, kind of for free. I'll explain that in a second. This tool is an amazing visual FX studio without hardware, without knowing how to do anything in Unreal or Blender, and without skills whatsoever. You can create pretty amazing visual FX, and all you really need is a reference video of yourself or somebody else doing something, and then throw it into this tool, and 1, 2, and 3, you have a really cool video. It's really that simple, and that's why I'm excited to show you this tool. Here's a sample of what this tool can produce for you, and you don't need any bodysuits, you don't need any face cams, you just need footage. All right, so that's pretty amazing, right? And typically to create something like this, you would need some expensive equipment, you would need a lot of time, and you wouldn't do it in a 1, 2, 3 click fashion. You would have to put it into Blender, to Unreal, then you would have to kind of just do a bunch of things to actually make this happen. And it's not perfect. There are some artifacts, and in retrospect, a girl model is probably not the best model because of things like their hair, and some of the accessories also kind of started swinging in the shot, which messed it up. But overall, it did a pretty wonderful job. And let's take a look at how I did this and how I got access. So if you didn't know, this tool is in closed beta right now, so you're gonna have to request access. But you just go to the site, I'll leave it in my video description, and you just click on request access. Typical stuff: your email, first, last name, your job title, and just some extra information. There's not too many fields, but if you can upload a portfolio, that should help you get access faster. So if you have anything like a YouTube channel, that's definitely something you want to put in here. I don't think that helped me. I mean, my YouTube channel is pretty small, but definitely I put it in there. Whatever helps, right? And I can't really tell you how long it's going to take. It'll probably take a week or less. Eventually you'll get access. It's probably going faster now, but when I requested access, it took about like 3 to 4 days to get access to it. But it was definitely worth the wait because this tool is pretty powerful and it's free right now, and it's in closed beta. I sincerely doubt that this tool will be free when it's released. What this tool does for you is pretty amazing. It's something that would take usually a team to do and a lot of time, and you just do this in a couple of seconds. I mean, the processing time takes, quite a few minutes, maybe an hour plus, but the actual time needed to create this takes seconds, minutes. Then eventually you'll get an email, then you could just log in and get to work here. And so you can see some of the projects that I've been messing with. And these are also some of the different examples that you can use here, some of the different models that you can kind of integrate into the video that you created. One thing that's even cooler is that you can actually upload your own custom 3D model if you have the skill set to do that. I'll leave a link to another channel that actually shows that process, but I'm still in the learning phase of this tool, so I don't want to teach you something that's inefficient. But let's go make a video real quick. Okay, so you're probably now wondering, how did I do that? So let's take a look under the hood and see how this thing works. It was actually really simple. So the first thing you need to do is get a video. You can record yourself or your model actor doing something, and make sure they're not wearing baggy clothes or they have long hair, things like that. That's the kind of stuff that kind of messed up my video. So let's get a new model to test with. There's a couple places you can go to get some stock footage, but I went to pexels.com to get mine. So that's PEXELS.com, and just go in here, you click on this drop down, select videos, and just select a video of something you think would be cool. So I'm going to choose this video right here. So I'm just going to click on the download button, and then there it is. I'm getting the video. All right, so this is the video I chosen, and it's just some people walking through the city, and it's going to be quite a test because there's just so many people rubbing up against them. So we'll see if the 3D models stick on these two, as well as this guy in the front. And this is from Paweł Perzanowski. I can't say names, I'm so bad. But so we'll see what happens. Let's try to put some 3D magic on this. All right, so let's do this. So just the first thing you need to do is click on create a new project, and then select continue, and then drag in the video that you have. And I have the video that I got from Pexels. I'm going to drop it right there, and we're going to drag a 3D object onto these two that are walking, but they kind of disappear off scene at some point, so we're going to have to make some adjustments to turn other people into robots or whatever we want in the middle of the scene. So right about here they drop off, and you don't see them anymore. So I could perhaps turn this guy into something, and then turn this guy or these people into something as well. So let's go go do that. The first thing to take note of is that the interface is pretty streamlined. You look here at the top and there's only 3 options, and the settings are pretty basic. You only get to change the resolution. I'm sure when this is not closed beta, they're going to add more options, but I like a clean interface. Now you have an option for uploading a clean plate. I don't have that, and what that is essentially this video without your subjects in here. So these 2 are my subjects. This would be the same video without them on there. And this helps with the visual effects processing if you have a clean plate uploaded. I don't know too much about that, so I'm not gonna, go too far down that road. All right, so the only thing I gotta do now is click on next to start this process. And now I'm gonna have to scan for the actor. So it says here, scan frame for actors. So I'm gonna click on that, and it's just gonna put a bunch of boxes around people. And as you can see, there's boxes around everyone. It's pretty cool how it did that. That's pretty amazing. So I'm gonna put characters on most of these people here. So I'm gonna turn this girl into the toaster bot. I'm gonna turn this lady into this alien right here, maybe this one. And this actor is gonna be this bot right here. And now I'm gonna move the timeline down a little bit here. And I'm gonna scan for actors again. I'm gonna change her into this guy, and this guy in the back, I'm gonna change it to, you can actually click on this to kind of expand it to the nice bot. All right, cool. And then I'm gonna move forward to the part where it loses her. So I'm gonna change this guy. So I'm gonna scan again and change this guy into the blue man and this girl into this girl. Okay, so blue man is actually a coming soon feature. So let me try someone else for that guy. Let me try this thing right here, whatever this is. Apparently it's Bob. All right, I'm gonna move down a little bit more, and I'm gonna change these actors into something else as well. So scan the frame for actors. Now typically you wouldn't be working with this many subjects, but I'm just kind of messing with it. In retrospect, you don't want to add the actor too many times. Just add them once from the right side, and on the left side you can drag it into an actor window. And this is because it's going to take additional processing time for each actor, and you're going to come up with a lot of errors saying the actor is unused. So for example, I have one Bob here. Stay away from adding multiple Bobs and just use the same Bob and drag it into the window here. All right, so I think I put enough actors, so let me try and process this and see what we get. So I'm going to click on the next button up here, and then it's going to say all the stuff down here. I'm going to go 1080p. I don't want to wait for 4K video, and format's going to be MP4, and I'm just going to turn everything on here, and then I'm going to start processing. And you can see here it's going to take a very long time. I did way too many. I think I should do one that's just a little bit more simple. So let's do the same thing again, but really quick. 606 minutes. Jeez. While recording the video, I found out that there's a 2-minute limitation on these videos, so 2 minutes is the max time you can have for a video that you render. All right, so let's head on back to Pexels, and I think I'll get this one here. It'll be kind of ironic to have this guy dancing as a robot with a robot. Download that, and then create a new project. Click on continue, drag that new video in here, click on next, scan frame for actors, and then select the actor, and then I'm going to turn him into the toaster bot. And then I'm going to click next. I'm going to choose 720 and turn all the options on. And then I'm going to click on start processing. And so this one's only going to take 31 minutes, so we'll be able to see this a lot sooner. Look how quickly I did that. 1, 2, and 3, and then you have a video just like this one right here. All right, so the results are in, but they're less than stellar. So you can see here his hand is kind of showing through the animation, and it's because he's holding that glass, and so it's not detecting correctly. But in retrospect, I should have probably used something without a glass. So I'm kind of teaching you all the wrong things to do, but I got some cleaner clips that I can show you later. Here's the other clip, and this one was I knew this was going to happen, but it's just rubbing up against too many characters. So you can see every time it does hit a character, it kind of loses them. But the 2 droids are doing okay until he bumps into that one, then he just goes crazy. But the Bob one is doing fine, except for that one glitch. And right here, this is something that I could still use, and he's walking fine. Nobody's bumping into him, so he's okay. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Make sure there's not people crossing your subject or bumping into them, and you'll be fine. Now this next one was easy to accomplish because the background is just plain, and also she's moving pretty slowly, so you're gonna get a good model with this type of although the shadows in the background are kind of weird, but you can always fix that post-processing, no problem. Okay, alrighty. Next we have a futuristic scene, and this one did pretty good, and the robot even matches the scene, and you don't see too much problems with it or any. And this one moves pretty smoothly. There's a little bit of shadow on top of his head or some sort of weird light. Like I said, that's the stuff you could remove with post-processing, no problem. All right, next up, this one, 2 characters meshing together. Another example of what not to do. Don't put 2 characters too close together, or this happens. And But this tool is still in closed beta, and so it's eventually going to get better and better and better with user feedback. All in all, this tool is pretty amazing for what it can achieve without any skills. So when you're making these videos, you want to ensure that the characters aren't holding anything, or they're not crossing or rubbing up against other characters, or that they have anything swinging from their body like a camera or hair. So if you stick to those things, you'll have a clean sample. It's pretty amazing, and to normally do this stuff, it would take a lot of knowledge. It would take a lot of skill, a lot of hardware. You would need all this stuff that's probably not realistic for a normal person just to mess around with. But right now you could jump in and get this for free. Keep in mind this tool's still in beta, so it's going to get better and better every day. If you learned something from this video or if you liked it, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, and I'm going to leave you with one more video that I made.
John Wick is a man of focus. The sheer will. He once killed 3 men in a bar.
A pencil. I know, I've heard the story.
I can assure you that the stories you hear about these men has been watered down.
У тебя моя машина.